Hey, the good folks over at Okio sent me a Eyes Bionic dash cam. This thing's supposed to have a zoom lens on it and a regular lens. We're going to get it opened up and check it out. Get these little seals. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be in two separate boxes here. I guess this is going to be our rear camera and our front camera. There's our user manual here. Comes with electrostatic sheets right here. You put these on your glass and then stick the camera onto it. This is kind of between the camera and your glass of your windshield or back window. Some accessories here. Let's see what we have. Oh, okay. There's going to be our little 3M tapes right here. Should be extras in case you take it down or move it or anything. Then you'll have some fresh adhesive there. Had two little screws fall out of here too. So when you open this, make sure it's got two little bitty screws. Have a USB-A to USB-C cord. Now, this will be our power cord. This is a USB-C to USB-A. This will be the power cord. This will be to power the camera. Have a little crowbar here. You use this to pull down the upholstery, run it down your headliner just a little bit to tuck the wire up in there out of the way. Our mounting plate, this will go onto the windshield, this will, and this should attach to the camera itself. And we have our cigarette adapter here. Don't really have to open that to know what that is. I can feel it and tell. It does have two USB ports right here. You can use one for your camera and then you'll have an extra one there. And we have our camera itself. Now this one's interesting. It has that zoom on it. I have never had one with a zoom. Also, this camera is supposed to have like an AI to help you determine the distance between you and the car in front of you or you and the car behind you. Has some little warning features with it, which I've never seen that on a dash cam, so that's pretty cool. Nice wide screen right here. Wicked looking little camera there. Pretty cool looking. Now according to this and manual here, this is going to be your telephoto lens, and this one is going to be your wide angle lens. Basically a zoom lens on this side. The power button's over here. This side is the function button to operate your menu. Okay, the ports here. This one right here is going to be for your rear camera, and this right here on the mounting plate part is going to be your power, for your power the camera, like that. On the bottom here, on this side, right there is your reset button. SD card is right there, and right there is your mic. That's pretty much it on that. Move this out of the way. Let's check this one out. Look, we have our rear camera. That's a pretty nice size rear camera. A lot bigger than a lot of them. Now you can pivot this to get it adjusted the way you need it at that correct angle. You know, if you got to pick up and your back glass is straight up and down versus a car where your windshield or back glass is like this, that's what you have a swivel for. Get it set in the right position. Wow. And your power supply cord. It's a lot of cord right there. I'm not real sure how long that is, but should be long enough for most applications. I'm going to get it powered up, and we're going to take a look at the menu real quick. And while I'm getting this thing set up to plug it in, I have a power supply that you can plug a dash cam into. It supports up to a 256 gigabyte SD card, which I just happen to have one, so we will get this put in there, right there. Also, I was looking, it has the Sony Starvis 2 sensor in it. So that is a little higher quality sensor than a lot of other dash cams have. So that is a huge plus right there. It says 2K wide angle camera, 2K long focus camera, 3.99 full lamination touchscreen, in future OS, ADAS driving assistant. Has all the bells and whistles, it sounds like. All right, we got that in there. Let's get it powered on. Get that up there a little closer so you can see it too. Plug this in. That key guy. There we go. You can set your language, set your time and date. Y'all give me just a second. I'm going to flip this around so I can see it. You'll be able to scroll. It's touch screen, so you can click on there, put it where you need it. We'll set the time. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. I can kind of turn it sideways and see it too. I like that it's touch screen. That is really nice. You set your time zones here. We'll need to format our SD cards, so we want to go ahead and format that. Okay, you hit your menu here, and that will show your miles right over here. You'll hit that, and that will go into your menu. You can turn your mic on and off, speaker on and off. Have your Wi-Fi, your AI front and AI rear cameras. You can hit your camera button, and that will take you to your events, normal, and photos. You can view those, and that will show you what's been recorded since you powered it on. You push your camera to take a picture. Okay, this button right here, that kind of looks like an envelope to me. That will just return you to your main screen. This button right here, next to the little envelope one that returns you to your screen, you can turn off the voice control. It has a voice control on it. You can do voice commands. And then you have your little gear icon, which will take you into the regular settings on the camera. You have your recording settings. Pretty much you're going to probably leave all these as they are factory set. Your date and GPS stamps. When you have a video playback, it'll show on video playback your date and the coordinates and your system settings. This will be for your Wi-Fi and your power buttons. I'm going to turn those off, the power and the touchscreen buttons. You can set your language, your frequency. You have a screen protector. I'm not real sure what that is. And then indicator brightness, and then your screen brightness. And then you have all your date and time settings. Formatting reminder. It'll remind you to reformat your card occasionally. You can turn that on or off. Just not a bad idea to reformat it occasionally. But this does have loop recording, so when it reaches, it'll record for like 1 minute, and then it'll start over, and then record for 1 minute, and it'll fill that card up, and when your SD card gets full, then it will start overriding your oldest videos. Default settings, you can reset it to default, and right there is you saw a while ago where we formatted the card. And your version number, and then your AI settings. Front car starting, like if you're sitting at a red light and the car in front of you takes off, it will let you know that the car in front of you is taking off. And if you're getting too close, it'll give you a collision warning, pedestrian warning, lane departure. If you start to change lanes, it will notify you of that. You can turn all these options on and off. Calibrate your cameras right there. AI sensitivity, you can put it at low, medium, or high. Rear camera AI. Blind spot assistance, rear collision warning. If a car is coming up behind you too quickly, it will give you a warning. Speech recognition, that's where your voice commands come in. Pretty good options there. Like I said, this one right here is for your front AI, rear AI, play and pause button, voice commands, your Wi-Fi signal, different things such as that. Got a really good menu. The screen right here, if you can see it, this is going to be your zoom screen, and this is going to be your front camera. Your rear camera will show up right here when we plug that in. We'll plug that in right quick. Okay, so I thought I could just plug in the rear camera and show you, but I discovered you have to plug in this cord. I honestly do not know what the difference is, but it would not work plugging just this one in. So you have to plug this in. And now we have our rear camera and our zoom camera and our regular camera. And you can switch these by scrolling. It also has an app that you can install on your phone. You'll have a QR code in the user guide here. You can scan that QR code and download the app for your phone. We're going to go get this thing put in the car and get some sample footage. Okay, before I go out there and get it hooked up, I wanted to go ahead and download this app so I could show you. I was noticing right here, there's a little symbol with the arrows, and that's how you can switch the camera views. You won't be able to view all three at the same time through your phone app, but you can rotate between the different views. You see there's the rear camera. Then you have your camera settings. You also have a mic button over here. You turn that on and off. Settings. Basically, you're going to have all the same settings on the app as you did on your phone. Just you can change it here. I didn't change the miles, so I'm going to go ahead and change that now. There we go. Anyway, you can see right here all your different options. Hopefully you can see that. You have a driving fatigue alert. Basically, you'll just download the app and then connect it to your phone through the Wi-Fi. You'll use the phone's Wi-Fi number. It's just a generic number 1 through 8. That's the password for it. And pretty much it. I mean, you can do a lot of things. Format your SD card, change your time zones and whatnot. And like just did the speed units. You can do some basic settings right here. But anyway, hopefully you will be able to see that. I can't really tell on the camera if you'll be able to see it. Hopefully you will. Okay. The app is not a necessity to install if you don't want to. It's just totally up to you. All right, let's go get it put in the car and see if we can get some low light video footage, and then we'll get some night footage in a little while. And then tomorrow I'll get some daytime footage. So I just got through editing the video footage from the camera. What y'all think about that? Not too bad, was it? That zoom kind of surprised me. I really didn't think it would zoom in that much better, but it really did. If you'd like to get your hands on one of these cameras, I will put a link down in the description where you can order yours today. Also, if you got any value out of this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. And I'd very much appreciate it if you'd consider subscribing to the channel. Another thing about this camera is it did give a true 2K video and at 30 frames per second. A lot of other dash cams say they do 4K, 2K, 1080, but when you go to look at the properties on the video file, it's not true. They are lacking a little bit. And that was something else about these. If you're going to be working with the video files at all, the front main camera, the front zoom camera, and the rear camera all have the same file number. So when you get ready to look for each individual one, from the front to the zoom to the rear, they're all going to be the same number. Don't save them in the same folder. You'll have to add a letter or put front main, front zoom, and rear camera, or rear. They all three have the same file names, which for me, that is great. I don't have to hunt and pick and look for them. They're all three the same. So that's a bonus for me. And anyway, great little camera. I do recommend this one. I was surprised. Overall, I don't have a bit of a problem with it. I give it a thumbs up. I am an Amazon associate, so any qualifying purchases that you may make through any of my Amazon links, I will receive a small commission from. Thanks for watching.